Well, hello people of YouTube and internet, it is I, CheapGPPC, back with another video of mine, which actually will be super short break. Although maybe I will give it a little bit more days before uploading it. Like I feature on YouTube and that stuff, but I will make it right now, so in the future there was no reason to make it anymore. So, as you can see on your screen, I took part in the challenge of Design Your Own Robot, hosted by Gabriellarragan. I will read his real name actually, I think there was an option for that. Gabriellarragan Villa Bus. Hosted by this guy. I hope he doesn't mind shoutout, because first of all, I cannot do it without the shoutout. And I'm technically doing his challenge. So yes, I like the idea of this challenge, and to be fair, I didn't do any challenges for a really long time. I'm actually trying to come back to that. Like, yeah, I have like tons of drawing your art style challenges, then some other challenges, then some months challenges, which I was not doing in like for drawing your art style challenges. Like I did not make them for a really long time, and thinking about coming back to them. They were different spark. And then there's some challenges which I was really fascinated in, and to be fair, they are like seem pretty interesting. They're like more interesting than my typical challenges. Like, well, I guess I'd say my challenge is also interesting, but I want more options, like more ideas, because mostly it will be just repeats of the same thing I do all over again, like Ben 10, Kwamis, the redesign. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of content, I'm not sure how much it is a series. Most I think my redesign is mostly I focus on drawing in memory. Well, actually, that's a Smash character series, so yeah, there's actually so much more I can do. Well, okay, let's not keep this any longer, and we'll start drawing bronzes. It will be a short video, only 2 drawings. Okay, so at first I will design the Robin, and then his secret identity. So for Robin costume, I was planning about something like punkish trash costume, because as I was planning for him, he'll be not official member of the Batman team, so like, he never been to Batcave, he never know Batman or identity, and the reason why he became a Robin is because he was watching TV, and was inspired by seeing the crime fighting people fighting crime. So by his nature, he decided to become a true crime fighter. So for that stuff, he designed his own gadgets, his unique clothes and other stuff. So for example, for clothes, I decided to give him first of all the armor, because first of all, he's like a normal human who was never trained in battle. So most of his fighting style is like brawler, street punk brawler. Yeah, something like this. But say maybe what Jason thought was before Batman like started training him. Was Batman? Yeah, I think he was training him. Definitely was training him. So for that stuff, it's something close. For gadgets, he make them some himself, and for throwing weapon instead of batarangs, he will have this little switchblades. Well, actually not switchblade, I think it's just pocket blades which he can throw exactly direction, hit people in the arms. So basically like batarangs, but smaller, and maybe not more practical. So they're not explosive, they're not freezing, they're just simple throwing weapon. So for that I was trying to figure out the best way to make them look in the arm, because I was thinking he will hold them like this, but it was really hard for me to figure out the nice way to do that. So because of my inability to make it look nice, I decided to find a nice reference drawing, and actually decided to change my main idea. Actually, did I change it much? Yeah, I was thinking about something like this. Actually, man, I choose a bad hand position. Oh, yeah, maybe not so bad. So I will hold them in the finger and fist, and then it will be switchable blade. Now he will keep his switchblade in the part of the armor which he's made himself. Again, saying lots of his gadget he made himself, and if you ask where he got the resources, man, why does I have so much trouble with this word? Like, whenever I say resources, what the hell? I'm starting like repeating myself because I don't know, I cannot finish it. Like I go bloody wild when I'm trying to say this word. But yeah, I'm doing that sometimes. He is a drug artist, and he have resources, man, I should stop saying it. From the junkyard. So it's basically people give him scrap, and from that scrap he builds beautiful art, and sometimes he like stores some items to make his gadget slash armor. So for armor I was thinking about, first of all, he will wear armor on every place where his important organs, where if there will be a wound it will be fatal, so he wear armor on the place where it will be. And not just the body, also in the hands, like let's say, in the hands there are like some lines, arteries, is it arteries or maybe arteries on the here, veins, which is when they cut they will be really bad and you can die. So he wear armors on the place where it's most important. Well, I wouldn't say like armor will depend on different layers. In some places it will be super thick, in some places it will be less thick, and other places there will be some openings, so he can actually move freely. But I would say when it's come to other Robrins, I would not say he's any stronger, any bigger, any smarter, any more agility. I would say he's like the most creative, like whenever there's a solution, he will find it. So for his legs, man, I was struggling with legs. Okay, first of all, I need some water because my throat is starting stitching a little bit. Okay, I think it's like the only channel I didn't mention it. So if I didn't mention it, I was a little bit sick. Like a little sore throat. Well, there was also a headache, but it's already begun. So as I was saying earlier, man, I still doesn't have even to cough. I was struggling with his legs. Because first of all, I started having this problem where I draw characters basically similar to each other. Like, I have this weird desire to draw legs, which just go here one leg and one leg behind or behind some object. Then another form of legs, incumbent legs, whenever characters take the very interesting combat position. And I was struggling to not recreate basically what I did before, so trying to come up with something original. In that I decided to go with combat position with some micro differences. But again, I think it's look exactly like the sword me fighter from the when I was drawing the Smash characters. And if I go deep, I can probably from a couple of more images which is look pretty similar. Like for example, I was doing challenges where I was drawing drawings, drawing your art style challenge, where I was doing challenge from one guy who like I don't remember his name now because it's a complicated name, but he was doing a lot of those challenges which I was doing. And that's like would be something I did before. So as I was doing challenge, there was a moment I was drawing characters who were supposed to be a superhero, and I would say they look pretty much similar. Well, I wouldn't say they're exactly copy of each other, because there were some differences. First of all, well yeah, they're actually pretty much similar, but I would say differences were that one wears simple glasses, the hat, and the combo suit. While the difference this one, that he wears a helmet instead of just hat, but it's more like biker helmet. I would say it's a biker helmet. When you read the glass part, it's just open biker helmet. But he used the glass part for creating the glasses and plus some other materials for the glasses. And instead of combo suit, I decided to give him armor suit, and then, well, I guess I did give him some kind of shaggy pants. So actually you can see some similarity in those characters too. Well, actually they're characters created by me, for what I consider to be a nice concept for a hero, with gadget and that stuff and that homemade suit. Like I like making heroes in homemade suit. It's a thing I like to make. But for that stuff, yeah, I was struggling with position of legs and decided to do something. Just give up and do that, but still with some unique perspective. Also for utility, but decided to first of all consider the fact that he making his gadget on his own. I consider the fact that he would not be able to make a grappling hook, because first of all, real flipping Bolt cannot make it, and consider the fact that Batman is a smart genius who made his grappling hook on most of his gadget by himself or by Lucius Fox. I decided to simplify lots of his gadgets. Pizza break. Little mukbang. I mean, I have yeah, you will only see how I eat one bite. On the black. Oh, yeah, I will cut this moment here. One delicious pepperoni pizza.
I'm not eating slowly. Also, my mic quality definitely not good enough to catch the sound of eating pizza. My phone camera actually might be, but I'm not leaving that there. Spicy. Now the crust. Some people don't eat the crust, I don't understand why. One of those people is being my brother.
On the one you see, the rest of a little amount. Like 4 slices there. Don't say I'm fat bastard, I split it in half between me and the rest who would eat this pizza. Split it fairly. So it's not much. It's fair split. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, okay, continue to talk about the pizza. It had a cheesy crust. Continue to talk about the drawing. Because I see him as guy who cannot afford a strong gadget, he must simple tech. So his grappling hook will be like Batman old classic, which only doesn't have mechanical part, which he can only throw, which is actually possible to climb up. But I think he mostly will use it to, first of all, for fast jumping, for moment then you have to go down at fast speed, but because human cannot survive a free fall. He will shoot it onto some object, connect to it, and then gradually slide down. And for save, and for moments and emergency falling, like someone pushed from the roof, he throw it and connect to that. For the stuff there will be the small slippery oil, this little tube there, it will be spit oil to slip for enemies. There also some special button, so it will not spill accidentally. There's little marbles who can throw and then into eyes or on the legs, so it would slip or get blinded. And then some small bombs, which is actually, yeah, I would consider a gadget he can make. So for glasses, I decided to make them like, okay, there's this YouTube channel who make like Wolverine clothes. And one time they took part in the challenge about breaking the box. So I would see those glasses as something like the same as this box. Like it's really hard to break, and we can protect his eyes. Nothing much to say. Multiple layers. And yes, actually can totally see them. Well, okay, he can see them, but a little bit orange, but he's still able to see more stuff in there. Decided to give lots of those bolts, and I guess for clothes I would want to create the same illusion, like lots of his clothes is exactly the same thing, like layers clothes or protection, armor, something like this. And lots of the stuff is just twisted or by bolts. So kneecap, well actually kneecap kinda look like if they were connected to his legs, but actually for kneecap they connect to this bandage. For glasses, these bolts, for pocket where he kept his blades, these bolts. And also he have this weapon, man, I think it's called Tonfu or Tufua, man, I don't know. It's Japanese word, so I don't know it. But those sticks which Raphael and new Teenage Mutant Ninja Rise use. So basically the same weapon who actually connect to his armory. So first of all, he can use it as Batman use his clothes, but Dama, because, well not Dama, like they're not sharp. And he also can detach them and use them as fighting weapon, like Kick-Ass from Kick-Ass movie if you didn't watch. So actually he can also like Kick-Ass, but more not homemade, too much homemade. It's mostly, well, how can I say? There's homemade whenever it's like super steel and mostly like a hoodie and then mostly other stuff. Then there's like something making by professional. So for helmet, decide it's a biker helmet, it's black, well the same color as before, but it was painted green, red and orange, well, or yellow, because Robin. But the painting was not so good, and also the painting slowly got chipped away, because I would say it's like the oldest place he painted them. Also will be painting on the armory, because mostly for color scheme, he is not the best Robin. Well, actually, man, the only way you can tell he's Robin by the air I put there. So his color scheme is not exactly Robin. But I decided to do lots of this coloring on the gloves, on the pants and the helmet. But again, I would say in a bit darker tones, because I still see him as more of the Batman slash guy, because Robin outfit is what designed to distraction, while Batman outfit designed for stealth. So I decided to create something both of element that it's Robin, but again more stealthy. And also the grey part of the clothes is protected areas. There's little pocket with blades, and I decided to show lots of blades. And there's like pretty enough blades. Like he like never ran out of those in the not perfect mode. So there's like enough. Plus he constantly make new ones, like he have a hobby. And for other stuff, man, mostly whatever. Also I decided on his utility back there also will be some pick locks and other stuff. And mostly he like design stuff whenever, he doesn't design stuff on the way he goes. He designs stuff on his mistakes, so he will be something like Iron Man. So like whenever he's like taking beatings, he will learn what he did wrong and then do it correctly next time. Like create a new gadget or memorize one things. So most he kinda that kind of hero. Most he never been in much of the troubles. And most I would say he's been fighting gangsters and maybe one time had a killer croc. But he never like meet a Batman. And yes, he never meet Batman. So I would say he kinda like Batman unofficial sidekick. So he like go by the name of Robin. He mostly do that stuff, but he's like never met Batman. But Batman does know about him. Like Batman know about everyone. maybe Batman even think about recruiting him. So if I would say he's like not recently active hero, like he was created and born not so long ago. So like Batman didn't have time to speak to him personally. But he already knows his secret identity, which I will also draw today, and I will tell you later because I have to memorize it a little bit. Although yeah. But also by his moral he's never killed, like he's bruised but doesn't kill. So basically typical Batman side. Well, the facts, man, the facts, I think everything I want to say I said it, but if we thought I will go to see. I did the background, trying to do a bit more colorful background, also think about adding the shadow, but then I thought it could look weird. Okay, there's one fact I forget about it, the fact that his cape is first of all removable, so whenever it's pulled, it will slide off, like very easily, in case if he gets stuck, and he did get stuck before. And then will be fact about utility buff, the helmet, I said it already. What else I will say? Yeah, I said it. What else I want to say? Well, yeah, let's see now. Okay, so I think that will be the glasses fact with... Nah, it's... What? Oh yeah, on his back he have a parachute, so I decided like... In case if something go wrong, he can easily like open a parachute on his back. Also did this visible parachute line, so... Yeah, there's he wearing parachute behind his back. It is actually, I'm not sure will work on the cape, but I thought he can like easily pull this cape off. So here me draw and redraw in the face. It actually will be nice practice for me to, if I have to redraw the character twice. Which also I will do third time, because man, I try to keep my character continuity. But I would say that's like still a bit more difference. But I have damn I called it. Okay, so here I'm telling the fact that he is take a beating a lot of times and have multiple injuries. And cracked glasses, the bleeding nose and other stuff. Like he can take a beatings, he easily can take a beatings. And that's a grappling hook fact, but I also decided to design a little bit different, like whenever he have to use it, there's a button he can press and it will open perfectly. So it can use as a short one, as a large one and other stuff. Here comes the fact about the scraps, which I will draw this circular steering wheel on the cars and the gears. Actually here I'm drawing the same thing I did with my alien civilian. I would draw the small images representing the fact about the alien or person. But here I did it differently because there I was using the lines in the color of pretty much similar object. But here I use it a bit more differently, I just go with black lines, hoping that you understand what it is. But with junk there was also a pipe, but I think it's very hard to tell that it's pipe. So that's Robin by Night. That's actually not the name of the drawing, it's actually the name he go by his hero name, Robin by Night. As you can see the little Batman like full-time Black Shadow. Okay, so while I was making it, I was thinking about it a bit more differently, like I don't actually like it. He like look exactly like the hero guy I did for that challenge I mentioned previously. Go check the recommendation, you will see, I think it will be the second one or maybe you just check every my video to know what I'm talking about. So yeah, he kinda was looking like that hero guy. Well, minus maybe the skin color of that hero guy was a bit more pale and maybe his face was a bit more elongated. But in the end, I bloody like the way he turned out. I would say it's still a pretty simple art style. It's still my typical, but it's super nice. And actually, he kinda have a lot of reference to the Kwame drawing I did before. Like basically the same color background, the same facts, just a different type of hero. So actually, it's a thing I did before. Actually, I should actually now open a new playlist or start mentioning it like a hero OC. But I'm not sure. Sure. Okay, you know what, let's not keep this any longer. I think I'm gonna... Oh yeah, by the shoes. He went just typical shoes. Also I did them some metallic pellets there, like for kicking and that stuff, but it's basically the same brand shoe you will wear to a meeting or just going outside. Not a sneakers, but I will draw sneakers later. Okay, so for the next character, here we go. So meet Robin by Night true identity, Mitchell Farren. It took me some really big time to come up with the last name, because first of all, the first name was super easy. Well, not super easy, I was thinking about a bunch of different names, which is first of all will be nice to me, and will not spoil my future project, because or I start thinking about my future project and the characters' names I would give them. But Mitchell Farren. Last name was problematic because I planned him to be orphan. And it was really hard for me to come up with some original superhero last names. Like, sometimes heroes have these names whenever they like reference their personality or their backstory or their gimmick. With him I was thinking about something interesting. But I decided to come with Farren, so yeah, just Farren. And actually it makes me question one thing. Do orphans have last names? Because first of all, well, think about it, from whom they will get it. But again, there's like different types of orphans, like that stuff there. But I got thinking and then forced me to Google. And yes, they do have last names. I think it's given by the law or something like that. But some organization. I still have to refresh my memory about that stuff. But yeah, they have last names. I never knew. But actually pretty obvious, although we don't like see people with no last name going around the cities, although, well yeah, we don't see that. So probably they get like a nice last name from somewhere, from a regional palace, maybe they have to file a corpse, a paper. Like they're not just gonna give their orphans like in cartoons just next to the door. That's like, I think they will pretty much find the parents. Yeah, they will find DNA and that stuff. Of footage from cameras, yes, yeah, definitely, I would guess. Well, his hero design is super cool and original. His human design is simple, short, hood, pants, jeans. I did jeans with whiteness effect on them. I'm very proud of that. Sneakers, which is actually such a kind of shoes I drew. Like I drew sneakers constant. It's like my favorite type of shoes to draw. Also these pockets. The hands, actually I tried to do this effect of arm holding together, but I think I did not nail it. So I decided to create something similar with arm holding like this. So he will do... Bloody hell, I could use my arms as a reference. But I... Not hate it, but I would likely do it better. Or maybe I should just use the reference. But whenever I want to do a crossed arms, I always find the reference doing from Danny Phantom whenever he's crossed his arms. This time I decided not to do this because I trying to learn to myself, like, and I'm trying not to rely on reference doing a lot, but I'm completely sucking at this and totally needing the reference drawing. I just should give up and use a lot of reference drawing, even if it might be problematic to my eyes. Is it actually wrong to use the reference drawing? I mean, lots of people use them. I just don't know, whenever I think about that, so I use reference drawing for such simple stuff. Well, I would consider simple. So there's like not much need for that, but yet I still need it. So for the back and for the color, I decided not to go with the old one, I decided to create a new one. So for the fact that he's junk artist, draw a car and these metallic pieces, this human, which is made of scrap, I hope it's enough to represent the scrap artist. Give him some missing tips, the television, the fact that he watch and become Robin by television, will drop Jason and Barbara, but Barbara will be super creepy, Jason will not be... For some reason I forgot to color his face. I mean, I did color it, but it did not transfer, and I didn't color it again. Well, his look fine, but maybe it's hard to tell that it's Jason. So for Jason, it's representation that he's not stronger, and Barbara the fact that he's not the smartest of Batman sidekicks. But Barbara looks super weird. Also, I did give her freckles because I remember Harley Quinn. Did she have freckles there? Well, she looked like she could have freckles. Actually, man, I imagine Barbara with freckles. I think it looks nice. My throat is still killing me. And then for thieves, missing thieves, also he's an orphan. Like he orphan since birth, like he's never met his parent. And I guess that's the only reason I did it, because first of all, I don't know, I see him like a guy. And actually I don't even think about his age. I would say he's pretty grown up, like he's not like childish or that stuff, but he's still pretty young. Maybe his 20s. Yeah, maybe his 20s. And he like started to become a Robin in his 20s as well. Well, he's an orphan who never met his parents just dropped him in there, like this classical cartoon trope, whenever parents drop the babies. Yeah, well, not say much aggressive, but I would say he was never like adopted by no one. Like being orphan, like he's almost have life, full life. Although man, I need to check the orphan process. Like, can you like, actually I think whenever you like full time grow up, you can like just start living your own life. Like you never will just keep you there for the rest of your life. They'll like force you to get a job. Well, not force you, or maybe force you. It depends what kind of person you are. Don't make it problematic if you want to be problematic. Decided to give him green eyes because it was original. Tried to recreate his face, his hairstyle, but maybe his face is a bit more longer than his helmet version. But because in the helmet version I was drawing the helmet, and whenever I don't draw the ears, character's head can get very uniquely. So like I need to draw ear to create a base for the head. And I like totally can draw the ear then and then hide it by the helmet and remove whatever I don't need. Yeah, it was totally a possibility. Why it was possibility I ignored. But okay, for the next stuff, I don't know, for next stuff. Actually, that's it. Have a nice day. Actually, too late. I have to do some promotion. I mean, I can totally stand it right here, but I need to add some promotion. So, it was cheap to do. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, and do other stuff. Comment what do you think about my characters. Say other stuff. Go to follow the guy. His name I don't already remember, because I'm really bad with names. His name is Daniel. I remember just now. Go follow Daniel, like his challenge, see other characters, see other people who did this challenge, like the drawing, see which one is better, my throat, and for other stuff. Go to my other two channels with gameplays and reaction, and for other stuff, I will say that a lot because there's like a lot of other stuff I can say. Have a nice day.